Hello dear students, so today we have UPSC CSAT 2016 question paper with us, and in this question paper if I talk about the questions of maths and reasoning, then we have approx 50 plus questions based on maths and reasoning only, right? So it is like more than sufficient to qualify this question paper because in 2016 CSAT was qualifying only. And if I talk about the complexity level of the questions, so obviously the questions are not that easy. So questions are, you can say they are moderate to tough. They are moderate to tough, right? And yes, if I talk about the puzzles, so puzzles are really, some puzzles are easy, actually moderate, and some puzzles are tough, right? So let's talk about the questions. The first question is, A ate grapes and pineapple. A ate grapes and pineapple. B ate grapes and oranges. B ate grapes and oranges. C ate oranges, pineapple and apple. C ate oranges, pineapple and apple. D ate grapes, apple and pineapple. D ate grapes, apple and pineapple. Okay. After taking fruits, B, C fell sick. In the light of the above facts, it can be said that the cause of sickness was B and C, right? So common fruit between B and C was orange, right? So cause of sickness must be orange, right everyone? Fine. So it was oranges. Clear? Okay. You just have to adjust the given data and you will find the solution, right? Now let's move to other question. Next question says, consider the following statements. The rate of population growth is increasing in the country. All right. The death rate is declining faster in the country compared to birth rate. Okay. The birth rate is declining faster in the country compared to death rate. Okay. Rural urban migration is taking place regularly in the country. All right. Which of the following conclusions may be true in the light of the above facts? Okay. The rate of population growth is increasing due to rural urban migration. No. The rate of population growth is increasing due to decline in death rate only. No. Similarly, the next one says birth rate only. No. So obviously the fourth one is correct. The rate of population growth is increasing due to faster decline in death rate than in birth rate. Yes. This information is given in the passage, right? Okay. So fine, let's move to the next question. Next question says, a person X was driving in a place where all the roads can either north-south or east-west, forming a grid. Roads are at a distance of 1 kilometer from each other in a parallel. Okay. He started at the intersection of two roads, drove 3 kilometer north. Okay, fine. Intersection of two roads. So this is north-south and this is east-west. Fine. 3 kilometer north. So intersection is this point. 3 kilometer north. Let's say this is 3 kilometer. Then 3 kilometer west, 4 kilometer south. 3 kilometer west. Okay, so this is 3 kilometer west and 4 kilometers south. All right. So this is 3 and this is 1. Total it is 4 kilometer, right? Which further route could bring him back to his starting point? Okay, so which further route if the same route is not repeated? So obviously he has to move to east first, 3 kilometer towards east, then 1 kilometer towards north. I repeat, 3 kilometer towards east and then 1 kilometer towards north. So B option, 3 kilometer towards east, then 1 kilometer north, right? So B option is the correct choice. Alright. So now let's move to other one. Next question says, consider the following statements. We shall go either for a picnic or for trekking. Okay. Which of the following, if true, would falsify this claim? Alright. We go for picnic but not for trekking. No. Activities such as picnic and trekking are encouraged by the health authorities. No. We go for trekking and not for picnic. No. We do not go either for picnic or for trekking. Yes. If this is true, then obviously this is the negation of this statement. We do not go either for picnic nor for trekking. Okay. Alright. Now let's move to the other question. Next question says, there were 50 faculty members comprising 30 males and the rest females. No male faculty member knew music, but many of the female faculty members did. The head of the institution invited 6 faculty members to a tea party by draw of lots. At the party, it was discovered that no member knew music. The conclusion is that, okay, so see, the thing is, none of the male member knew music and most of the female faculty members knew music. Fine. So the conclusion is that, let's talk about the conclusion. The party comprised male faculty members only. No, it is not true, because some female faculty also don't know music. Fine. The party comprised only those female faculties who could not give rendering in music. Only, we cannot say only. The next one is, the party comprised both male and female faculty members. This is also can't be said for sure. Nothing can be said about the gender composition of the party. Yes, it is correct. Nothing can be said. We are not definite about anything, like these many males, these many female comes. I mean, we can't say anything about the gender of the party. I mean, about the gender composition of the members of the party, right? This is the true conclusion. The correct answer is D option. Alright, now let's talk about the next question. Next question says, 5 people A, B, C, D, E are seated about a round table. Every chair is spaced equidistant from adjacent chairs. Alright, so let's say like this. Let's say like this. There are 5 equidistant chairs in the about a round table. Fine. C is seated next to A. Okay, fine. C is seated next to A. A is seated 2 seats from D. A is seated 2 seats from D. So fine. B is not seated next to A. Okay, so B is seated here. So now E is seated here. So this is the seating arrangement, right? Okay. So fine, now the question is, on the basis of the above information, which of the following must be true? D is seated next to B. D is seated next to B is correct. E is seated next to A. Yeah, it is correct. D and C are separated by 2 seats. D and C are separated by 2 seats. No, they are separated by 1 seat only. Right. So select the correct answer, 1 and 2 only. Right, everyone? The correct answer is 1 and 2 only. Alright, now let's talk about the next question. Next question says, there are 5 hobby clubs in a college: photography, yachting, chess, electronics, and gardening. The gardening group meets every second day. The electronics group meets every third day. The chess group meets every fourth day, and yachting group meets every fifth day, and photography group meets every 6th day. Okay, so they are meeting second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, and the 6th day respectively, right? how many times do all the 5 groups meet on the same day, right? Within 180 days. Fine. So everyone, to find the to find their meeting will be on the same day, we need to find the LCM of the given numbers, right? And they're asking how many times they are meeting in 180 days together. So this LCM, I mean 180 will be divided by this LCM for the required value, right? So 180 divided by LCM is what? LCM of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be 60, right? So the answer is 3. So total in 180 days they are meeting 3 times, right everyone? Together they are meeting 3 times in 180 days. Fine. Now let's talk about the next question. The next question is, there are some nectar-filled flowers on a tree and some bees are hovering on it. Okay. If one bee lands on each flower, one bee will be left out. If 2 bees land on each flower, 1 flower will be left out. The number of flowers and the bees respectively are. Okay. Just go through options. Right everyone? Please don't solve this question with the help of equation, just go through options only. Fine. Okay, so let's say there are 4, I mean I'm starting with option number D. The number of flowers, 4 flowers and 3 bees, right? So the question is saying, if 1 bee lands on each flower, the first condition, if 1 bee lands on each flower, if 1 bee lands on each flower, right, 1 bee will be left out. So let's say there are 4 flowers and 3 bees, right? So if question is saying if 1 bee lands on each flower, so 1 bee lands on each flower, so 1 bee is left out. No, here 1 flower is left out, right? So this is not the correct answer, right? So let's talk about C option. Fine. So C option is 3 flowers and 4 bees, right? So 3 flowers and 4 bees. Okay. So the question is, if 1 bee lands on each flower, 1 bee will be left out. Okay, so if 1 bee lands on each flower, 1 bee is left out. Okay, fine, correct. And then they are saying if 2 bees, so let's say 2 bees are, next condition is if 2 bees lands on each flower, if 2 bees lands on each flower, 1 flower will be left out. Okay, so if 2 bees lands on each flower, so obviously 1 flower is left out, so this is left out, right? So it means what? C option is the right choice. C option is satisfying the condition of the question, right? C option is the correct choice. Alright, so now let's move to other question. Next question is saying there are 5 persons in a group PQRST. The group has 1 doctor, 1 lawyer and 1 artist. P and S are unmarried students. Okay, fine. So friends, P and S are unmarried students. So they both are students, right? So it means the rest 3 are obviously are doctor, lawyer and artist. Fine. And PS are unmarried, it means they are in the lowest generation. Fine. Now the question is, T is a man married to one of the group members. Okay, fine. We will use this information later, right? The next information is Q is the brother of P. Q is the brother of P. It means Q, P, S are in the same generation and Q is male. Fine. Gender of P is not decided. Gender of S is not decided, right? But Q is a male, right? And neither the doctor nor artist. So Q is neither a doctor nor artist. It means what? It means Q is lawyer. So if Q is not doctor, not artist, so it means Q is lawyer. The next one is, now there are 2 members left. They are T and R. So okay, T and R are married to each other, right? Fine. So T is a male, they are saying T is a male, so R is a female, right? And they are married couple. Fine. Okay. And they are saying R is not doctor. So if R is not doctor, it means what? R is artist. And T is doctor. Right everyone? T is a man married to the group member. Right. Q is the brother of P and is neither doctor nor artist. It means Q is lawyer. Right. So friends, this is here we have cracked the data. Now the question is, who is doctor? So who is doctor? Doctor is T. Right. First option is the correct choice. The second one is, who is the artist? Okay. Just refer the table. Who is artist? Artist is R. Right. Who is artist? Artist is R. Right. Next question. Who is the spouse of R? So spouse of R is T, right? Because T, R are married couple. Spouse of R is T, right? Okay. Next question. Next question is, who is lawyer? Lawyer is Q, right? I'll show you the table. Lawyer is Q, right? Lawyer is Q. Next question. Who of the following is definitely a man? So the question says T is man and Q is brother. So T and Q are definitely a man, right? So T and Q. So options, in our option, Q is there. So Q is definitely a male. Fine. So friends, here 5 questions are arranged. 5 questions are attached to this, to this data. Fine. So this question becomes a very important question in the examination hall, right? Because once you crack the data, you can easily solve the 5 questions, right? Now let's move to other one. Next question says, there is an order of 19,000 quantity of a particular product from a customer. The firm produces 1,000 quantity of that product per day, out of which 5% are unfit for sale. In how many days will the order be completed? Okay. See everyone, every day 1,000 products are being produced, right? Out of which 5% are unfit, right? So 5% are unfit. So it means 5% of 1,000 are unfit, right? So 5% of 1,000 is what? 50. So 50 products are unfit every day, right? So how many are fit for sale? So 1,000 minus 50 are fit for sale. So this is 950, right? So 950 products every day are fit for sale, right? So obviously the total order is of 19,000 articles, right? And every day we are producing 950 articles which are fit for sale. Total actually we are producing 1,000, but 950 articles are fit for sale. So question is, in how many days the order will be completed? So just divide this number, right? So here we are getting 20 days, right? So order will be completed in 20 days, right everyone? Fine. All right. So now let's move to the next question. Next question says, a class starts at 11 AM and lasts till 2:27 PM. 4 periods of equal duration are held during this interval. After every period, a rest of 5 minutes is given to the students. The exact duration of each period is, alright, see everyone, this is 2:27, right? So from 11 to 2:27, we have 3 hours and 27 minutes, right? 4 periods are there, right? So let's say there are 4 periods, right? So there are 4 periods. Okay, right? So 4 periods of equal duration are held during this interval, right? So there are 4 periods. This is, let's say, period 1, this is period 2, this is period 3, and this is period 4, right? So this is what? This is 5 minutes rest. This is again 5 minutes rest, or you can say break, right? And this is again 5 minutes break. Fine. So total 5, 5, 5. Total 3 breaks are there of 5 minutes, so it will take 15 minutes, right? So total break period is, break is of 15 minutes, right? So 15 minutes are being wasted in the break. Fine. So now what is time is left now? So 3 hours 27 minutes. 3 hours and 27 minutes minus 15 minutes, right? So this becomes what? This becomes 3 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, so this is 192 minutes. Why? Because 3 hours means 180 minutes and 12 minutes means 12 more minutes. So 180 plus 12, which is 192 minutes, right? So there are 4 periods of equal distance, of equal duration, right? So 192 divided by 4. Okay, so this will give you 48 minutes, right? So duration of every period will be 48 minutes, right? And the exact duration of every period will be 48 minutes. All right, now let's move to the next question. Next question says 4 friends A, B, C, D need to cross a bridge. A maximum of 2 persons can cross it at a time. Okay, it is night and they just have one lamp. All right, persons that cross a bridge must carry the lamp to find the way. A pair must walk together at the speed of slower person. After crossing the bridge, the person having faster speed in the pair will return with the lamp each time to accompany another person in the group. Finally, the lamp has to be returned at the original place and the person who returns the lamp has to cross the bridge again without lamp. Okay, to cross the bridge, the time taken by them is as follows. Okay, A 1 minute, B 2 minutes, C 7 minutes, and D 10 minutes. Okay, fine. So friends, here A and B will initially go together with the lamp. So obviously they will be taking 2 minutes. Why? Because they will be, a pair must walk together at the speed of the slower person, they are saying, right? So A can cross the bridge in 1 minute, but B is crossing the bridge in 2 minutes. So obviously A, B together will cross the bridge in 2 minutes. Fine. So then A will be coming back, right? And then A and C will be going. Fine. So C is taking 7 minutes. So obviously A, C together will be taking 7 minutes to cross the bridge. Then A will be coming back and then AD will be going together. So they will be taking 10 minutes because D is taking 10 minutes, right? After that, A is coming back to the original place to return the lamp and then A will be coming back again. So 1 plus 1, right? So this is the total time which is required to cross the bridge for all of them, right? So this is 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 7, 10, 10 plus 1, 11, 11 plus 1, 21, 11 plus 10, sorry, 11 plus 10, 20, 21, 21 plus 2, it is 23, right? So total time required is 23 minutes, right everyone? Total time required is 23 minutes. Fine, this is clear. Okay, so total time required will be 23 minutes. Fine. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says 30 gram of sugar was mixed in 180 ml water in vessel A. Okay, vessel A. Vessel A में like we have 30 grams in 180 ml, right? 30 grams in 180 ml water. So 30 gram sugar actually. I should write 30 gram sugar in 180 ml water. So it means in a vessel 1/6 part of sugar is there, right? Obviously like 30 is 1/6 of 180. So if we talk about vessel B, so 40 grams sugar in 280 ml water. So it means 40 by 280, it is 1/7, right? And now if I talk about vessel C, so vessel C, in vessel C we have 20 gram in 100 ml. 20 grams sugar in 100 ml, right? So in vessel C we have 1/5 sugar, right everyone? So here C is the maximum, I mean C is the highest with respect to sugar concentration, A is the second and B is the third one, right? So C is the has the highest sugar concentration, then A and then B, right? So this is the order of sugar concentration in these vessels. All right. Now the solution, question is the solution in vessel B. The solution in vessel B. Vessel B is the least sweet among the three vessels. Fine. So the solution in vessel B, if we talk about the question, the solution in vessel B, sweeter than C? No. Sweeter than A? No. As sweet as C? No. Less sweet than that in C? Yes. Actually vessel B is the least sweet in the three vessels. Fine. So the correct answer is less sweet than C, right? Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, in aid of charity, every student in a class contributes as many rupees as the number of students in the class. With the additional contribution of 2 rupees by one student only, the total collection was rupees 443. Okay, fine. Then how many students are there in the class? Fine. So additional collection of one student is subtracted from the total collection. So we are getting 441 rupees, right? So they are saying there are as many students as they are collecting, I mean as they are contributing. Fine. So obviously this number must be a perfect square number, right? So obviously let's talk about the root of this number. So root of this number is 21 square. So root of this number is 21. Fine. So then how many students are there in the class? The question is asking. So obviously the 21 students are there in the class, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the next question. Next question says, Anita's mathematics test had 70 problems carrying equal marks. Okay. Let us assume that all the problems had 1 mark, right? And so the maximum mark will be what? Maximum marks for the examination will be 70 because there are 70 questions with 1 mark each, right? Okay. 10 arithmetic, 30 algebra and 30 geometry. Okay, 10 arithmetic, 30 algebra and 30 geometry. Okay, so 10 arithmetic, 30 algebra and 30 geometry. Fine. After that, although she answered 70% of the arithmetic, 40% of the algebra, 70% of the arithmetic means 7, 40% of algebra, 40% of 30 is what? 12, and 60% of geometry problem correctly. 60% of geometry problem correctly. So 60% of 30 is what? 18, right? So just add all the numbers. 12 and 7, 19, 19 and 18, 37. So she answered 37 questions correctly, right? Okay. She did not pass. Now come to the question. She did not pass the test because she got less than 60% marks. Okay, fine. So passing marks is 60%, right? Passing marks is 60%. 60% of what? 60% of 70. So it means passing marks are 42, right? 60% of 70 is 42. Fine. Okay. See, everyone, 42 marks are required to pass, but she is getting 37 marks, right? So how much, how much less? So 42 minus 37. This is 5 questions she had to solve more, right? Okay. The number of more questions, question is saying the number of more questions she would have to answer correctly to earn 60% passing marks. Obviously, 5 more questions she had to do correct, right? Okay, fine. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, in a class, there are 18 very tall boys. If these constitute 3/4 of the boys, okay, and the total number of boys is 2/3 of the total number of students in the class, what is the number of girls in the class? Okay, fine. So there are two things. Let number of boys is equal to B, right? According to question, 3/4 of B is equal to 18, right? So 3/4 of boy is equal to 18. Fine. So number of boys is what? Number of boys is 24. So in the class there are 24 boys, right? And again, let number of students in the class, right? Sorry, number of students in the class is equal to, let's say, X. Fine. So question is saying the total number of boys is 2/3 of the total number of students, right? So 2/3 of the number of students is equal to total number of boys. Total number of boys are 24, that we have already calculated, right? So now this is what? This is 12. Then X is equal to 36, right? So 36 students are there in the class. Fine. So out of these 36 students, how many boys are there? 24 boys are there, right? So if 24 boys are there, then how many girls are there? Rest girls are there. So it means 12 girls are there, right? So the answer is there are 12 girls in the class. So which option is the correct one? B option is the correct choice. There are 12 girls in the class, right? Now let's talk about the next question. Consider the following statements. Either A and B are of the same age, or A is older than B. Either A and B are of the same age, or A is older than B. It means A is greater than or equal to B. Fine. Now next statement, either C or D of the same age, or D is older than C. D is older than C. So it means D is greater than or equal to C, right? Third statement, B is older than C. B is older than C, right? So this is first statement, this is second statement, and this is third statement. Friends, we just combine third and first, right? So B is greater than C, right? Here they are saying B is greater than C, right? So we are getting this. Fine. Now C is less than or equal to D. Okay, fine. Now let's talk about the question. Which of the following conclusions can be drawn from the above statements? Okay, A is older than B. No, we can't say. A can be equal to B also. B and D are of the same age. No, we can't say this. D is older than C. No, D can be greater than also, right? I mean D can be equal to C also, because statement 2 says D is greater than or equal to C. Fine. Now A is older than C. Yes, it is for sure. Why? Because here we can see A is greater than C, right? So A is older than C, that is for sure, because A may be equal to or greater than B, but B is definitely older than C, right? So A is definitely older than C. Fine. So this is the correct choice. Okay. Now let's move to the other question. Next question says the monthly average salary paid to all the employees of a company was rupees 5,000. The monthly average salary paid to the male and female employees was rupees 5,200 and 4,200 respectively. Then the percentage of male employed in the company is. Okay, friends, this question is based on allegation, right? So 5,200 is the salary of male employees and 4,200 is the salary of female employees and 5,000 is the salary of overall staff, right? So just take the allegation. So this is 800, sorry, this is 800, this is what, this is 200, right? Or you can say this is 80, this is 20, right? Because they are asking in the terms of percentage, then the percentage of male employees in the company, right? So this is 80% and this is 20%, right? Okay, so male employee is 80% in the company, right everyone? Fine. Now let's talk about the next question. Next question says 6 boxes A, B, C, D, E, F have been painted with 6 different colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and arranged from left to right, not necessarily kept or painted the colors in the same order. Okay. Each box contains a ball of any one of the following games: cricket, hockey, tennis, golf, football, and volleyball. Not necessarily in the same order. Okay. The golf ball is in violet box. Okay. So friends, let's draw the boxes and their order first, right? So let's say this is box number 1. This is box number 2. This is box number 3, box number 4, 5, and 6. So friends, now I'm going to read the given information for these boxes and their colors, right? So question is saying the golf ball is in violet box and is not in the box D. Okay. The box A, which contains tennis ball, is orange in color and is at the extreme right. Okay, so everyone, A contains tennis ball painted in orange color. A contains tennis ball painted in orange color and is at the extreme right. Okay, so A is painted in orange and has tennis ball in it and is at extreme right end. Fine everyone? Fine. Alright. Now the next statement is the hockey ball is neither in box D nor E. Okay, fine. We will use this information later. The third information is the box C having cricket ball and is painted green. Okay, fine. We will use this information later. The hockey ball is neither in the box painted blue nor in the box painted yellow. Okay, we will use this information later. Next information is the box C is 5th from the right and next to B. The box C is 5th from the right and next to B. Okay, so this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So box C is 5th from the right and next to B. Okay, fine. Alright. Next information says the box B contains volleyball. B contains volleyball. Okay, fine. So it is volleyball. Next statement, the box containing the hockey ball is between the boxes containing golf ball and volleyball. Okay, fine. And after that, this information, everyone, the box C having cricket ball and painted green. Box C having cricket ball and painted green. C having cricket and painted green. Okay, fine. Now this information, the last, the box containing hockey ball is between golf and volleyball. Hockey is between golf and volleyball. Okay, so this is hockey. Hockey is between golf and volleyball, so obviously this will be golf, right? So only one game is left, which is football. So football will be coming here, right? Okay, so all the games are clear. Now we have to write their colors and we have to write their names, right? So now the first statement says the golf ball is in the violet box. The golf ball is in the violet box. Okay, violet box, right? So everyone, here we have used three names A, B, C, right? So three names are still left, like D, E, F. Fine. So three names are still left, D, E, F and D, E, F. Fine. So they are saying the golf ball is in the violet box and not is in D. So golf ball is not in D, right? Okay, fine. After that, they are saying the hockey ball is neither in D nor E. Everyone, the hockey ball is neither in D nor E. So hockey is this. So D, E is not hockey. So it means F is hockey, right? So here F can't be here. So it is E, right? So D is football, right? EF, because it is already used, so D is football, right everyone? Fine. So these are the names and these are the games we have identified. Now we have to write all the colors. Okay, so here one very good clue is given. The hockey ball, this one, the hockey ball is neither in the box painted blue nor yellow. Hockey is neither blue nor yellow. See, we have written three colors here, so obviously three colors are left. So three colors are what? Indigo, blue and yellow, right? So regarding hockey, they have written the hockey is neither in the blue nor yellow. So obviously hockey is neither in blue nor yellow, so it means hockey is inside indigo, right? So this is indigo. Okay, and for these two colors, for blue and yellow, we can't be sure. So D can be, I mean box number D, this is football. Football can be blue or yellow, right? And box B, which is volleyball, volleyball can be blue or yellow. We are not sure about these two colors, right? So this is this is the data that we have cracked already. Now let's talk about the questions. Question first, which one of the following boxes contains the golf ball? Golf. So everyone, golf is what? Golf is E, right? And painted violet. So B option is the correct choice. Okay everyone, fine. Now let's move to the next question. And here with this data, three questions are clubbed. So obviously we'll be using the same, this same table to use all the all the questions. Fine. So second question says which of the following statement is are correct, right? Okay, so D is painted yellow. So everyone, for D we are not sure, right? They are saying D is painted yellow. So here for D we are not sure, right? So D can be painted with blue also, or D can be painted with yellow also. First option is saying D is painted yellow. We are not sure about it. Second option, F is painted indigo. See, F is painted indigo. F is hockey and it is painted indigo. Yes, we are very much sure about it. F is painted indigo, right? So this one is the correct choice. F is painted indigo. Right, everyone? This is the correct choice. Right. Now let's talk about the next question. The football is in which box? The football is in the box of which color? Football is in the box of which color? See everyone, football is in D box, right? And D box is either painted blue or yellow. I'll show you the table that we have solved here. D box, football is in D box and it is painted with blue or yellow, right? So the question is asking the football is in the box of which color? So obviously football is in the box of either blue or yellow color, right? So C option will be the right choice, cannot be determined as the data are inadequate, right? Clear? Friend, it's really a good question, but yes, it is actually a time taking question. So during the examination, don't try to solve this question in the first glance, because obviously this data is too much. So obviously for solving this type of questions, you should be very much comfortable for these type of puzzles first. And number two, this question will take at least 5 minutes of your in the examination, right? So obviously if you are very much comfortable with these type of puzzles, then only solve it, else please leave, because only the paper is qualifying, not a scoring, right? Your score won't be counted. This is the only qualifying in nature paper. So try to solve those questions which you are very much comfortable with, right? All right, now let's talk about the next question. Next question says two numbers x and y are respectively 20% and 28% less than the third number z. Okay, so let's say the third number z is 100, right? So this is x and this is y. X is 20% less than z, so x will be 80, and y is 28%, so y will be 72, right? By what percentage is y is less than x? Y is what percentage less than x? So this is what, this is 8 less than x, so 8 with respect to 80, 8 with respect to 80, y, right? So 8 with respect to 80 is what? 8 is 10% of the 80, right everyone? So y is 10% less than x. All right, fine. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. Next question says a daily train is to be introduced between stations A and B starting from each end at 6 AM and the journey is to be completed in 42 hours. What is the number of trains needed in order to maintain the shuttle service? See everyone, the thing is here, there are two stations A and B, right? And it takes 42 hours to complete the journey from A to B, right? So let's say at 6 AM, and let's say today is Monday, suppose that today is Monday, right? So at 6 AM on Monday, two trains, one from station A and one from station B, right? They are traveling towards each other, right? So from Monday at 6 AM, one train is starting from A, another train is starting from B. But the thing is, after the completion of 24 hours, they won't be reaching their respective destination. Why? Because they are taking 42 hours to complete the journey, right? So obviously on Tuesday, we need to start two more trains, one from station A, another from station B, right? Right, because they are taking 42 hours to complete the journey. Fine. So obviously before 2 days, they will be completing their journey. So for first day, we have to introduce two trains, and in second day, we have to introduce two more trains to continue this service, right? To maintain the shuttle service. Fine. So two trains on Monday and two trains on Tuesday we have to introduce, and after that they will be moving continuously. There is no problem, right? So the answer is 4 trains are required to maintain the shuttle service continuously. Fine. Okay, now let's move to other question. Next question is, a piece of tin is in the form of a rectangle having length is 12 and width is 8. Okay, so area of tin is first of all we need to find, right? So this is 12, this is 8. So this is 12 into 8, which is 96 centimeter square, right? So now the question is, this is used to construct a closed cube, the side of the cube. Fine. So if this cube, this rectangle will be given in the shape of a cube, then this area will be treated as the surface area of the cube. Fine. So this will become the surface area of the cube. So the surface area of the cube is 6a square, where a is the side of the cube, right? So 6a square is equal to 96. Then a square is what? A square is 16. Then a is what? A is 4 centimeter. So side of the cube will be 4 centimeter, right? Everyone, this is a very simple question of mensuration, provided you should know the formulas of the topics, right? Okay, now let's talk about the next question. Next question is, in a question paper there are 5 questions to be attempted, and the answer to each question has 2 choices, true or false. It is given that no 2 candidates have given the answer to the 5 questions in an identical sequence. Okay, for this to happen, the maximum number of candidates is, see everyone, 5 questions are there, right? Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4 and question 5, right? Every question can be answered in 2 ways, right? True or false, true or false, right? So this is what? This is 2 raised to the power 5, which is 32, right? So 32 students, their question is saying for this to happen, the maximum number of candidates. So maximum number of candidates are 32. All right, everyone. Okay. Now let's talk about the next question. Next question is, a person climbs a hill in a straight path from the point O on the ground in the direction of northeast and reaches to a point A after traveling a distance of 5 kilometers. Okay, see everyone, this is north, this is south, this is east and this is west, right? A person climbs a hill in a straight path from point O on the ground in the direction of northeast. So let's say this is O in the direction of northeast. So let's say this is 5 kilometers in the direction of northeast, right? Okay, and reaches to point A. This is point A. Then from the point A he moves to point B, which is in the direction of northwest. Okay, so now in the direction of northwest, right? So let's say this is point B and AB is 12 kilometers. All right, so we need to find BO. Fine. So BO is what? We have to use Pythagoras theorem. Why? Because this is 90 degree and this will be a right angled triangle, right? So BO is, using Pythagoras theorem, BO is under root 5 square plus under root 12 square. So this is 25 plus 144, which is under root of 169, right? So this is 13, right? The answer is 13 kilometers, right everyone? Okay, now let's talk about the next question. Next question is, an agricultural field is in the form of a rectangle having the length x1 meters and the breadth x2 meters. Here x1 and x2 are variables. If x1 and x2 are 40 meters, then the area of the agricultural field will not exceed which of the following values? See everyone, if x1 and x2 is equal to 40, then maximum x1 into x2 is equal to is equal to 20 into 20, right, which is 400. Right, everyone? See, the thing is, for the given sum, if we need to maximize the product, then both values has to be equal. I repeat, for the given sum, if we need to maximize the product, then both values have to be equal. Right? I repeat, for the given sum, if we need to maximize the product, then both the values have to be equal. For example, the sum of two numbers is, let's say, 10. Then their maximum product can be 25. Right? I repeat, if sum of two numbers is 10, their maximum product can be 25, where both of them are equal. Right? If they are 5 and 5, then their product is maximum. Right? You may check it out, no problem. Right? So this is a property in mathematics. Right? So if we have the sum of two numbers and we have to maximize the product, so for it, both of the numbers have to be equal. Right? So similarly, here the sum is 40 and we have to maximize the product. Why? Because the area of the rectangle is what? Area of the rectangle is length into breadth. Fine. So area of the rectangle is product of the sides. So we need to maximize the product here. Right? So product will be maximized when both of the numbers will be equal. Okay, so the answer is 400 square meter. Right? A option is the correct choice. Right, everyone? Now let's move to the next question. Next question says the sum of the ages of 5 members comprising a family 3 years ago was 80 years. Okay, see everyone, the sum of 5 members of the family 3 years ago was 80 years. It means the average age was sum divided by number of members in the family. So average age was 16 years, right? So 3 years ago, the average age of members of a family was 16 years, right? So there are 5 members, right? So A, B, C, D, E. So everyone, what is the best case? The best case is the age of, just assume that the age of each member was 16 years, right? So obviously the average will be 16 years, right? If we are assuming the age of each member was 16 years, then obviously the average age of the family was 16 years, right? Now, if we talk about the present situation, so present means after 3 years, because this is 3 years ago, so present will be after 3 years. So every member's age will become 19 years, right? Fine. If I talk about these 5 members, so age of each one will become 19 years after 3 years, correct? Okay, fine. Now let's talk about the question. The question is, the average age of the family today is same as it was 3 years ago. Okay, fine. So present average age. So present average age is 16 years, right? The average age of the family today is the same as it was 3 years ago because of an addition of a baby during the intervening period. How old is the baby? Okay, so let us assume that one baby has born in the family. So it was not there three years ago, but today the sum must be what? Sum must be 16 years is the average, so 16 into 6. 6 members are there in the family. 16 years is the average, so 16 into 6. So sum of their ages will be 96 years, right? So today's sum of the ages of the family members will be 96 years, right? So just add all these numbers, 19 5 times. So 19 into 5 will be 95 years, right? So sum of these 5 members becoming 95 years, but total sum has to be 96 years. So obviously 1 year is the age of the baby, right? Baby is contributing 1 year. Fine. So I mean 96 minus 95, this is 1 year, right everyone? 1 year, fine. So age of the baby is 1 year, right? So question is, how old is the baby? So baby is 1 year of age, right? Clear? Okay. Now let's talk about the next question. Next question says the total emoluments of 2 persons are the same, but one gets allowances to the extent of 65% of his basic pay, and other gets allowances to the extent of 80% of his basic pay. Okay, let's say there are two persons A and B. So for A, the total emoluments will become 165%, right, of his basic pay, and for B, the total emoluments become 180% of his basic pay. Question is saying both of them are equal, right? So 165% of A is equal to 180% of B, right? Now the question is the ratio of their basic pay, the ratio of the basic pay of the former to the basic pay of the latter. Okay, see everyone, this question is based on reverse ratio concept, right? Reverse ratio we have explained in our in our paid video actually. So it is a very simple and important concept for ratio kind of question, right? So here what will happen is the ratio of A and B will be reversed to each other. So this is 180 is to 165. This will be the final answer, right? So both the numbers are divisible by 15. So 15 into 12 is 180 and 15 into 11 is 165, right? So ratio of the basic pay of A is to B will be 12 is to 11, right? So this is the final answer, right everyone? This is actually a very simple concept which we have explained in detail in our concept video, right? Which is available in paid course, right? So now let's move to the next question. Next question says a person is standing on the first step from the bottom of a ladder. If he has to climb 4 more steps to reach exactly the middle step, how many steps does the ladder have? Okay, see everyone, he is on the first step and he has to move 4 steps more to reach exactly the middle, right? So this is exactly middle. Fine. So if this is exactly middle, it means how many ladders? 4 steps are below it. So obviously 4 steps must be above it, right? So total how many steps are there? Total 9 steps are there in the ladder, right? So the answer is 9, right? Okay, now let's move to the next question. Next question says, when 3 friends ABC meet, it was found that each of them wore an outer garment of a different color in random order. The garments are jacket, sweater and tie, and the colors are blue, white and black. Their surnames are in random order like Ribeiro, Kumar and Singh. Okay, so friends, here there are 3 attributes are there in the question. So please try to solve this question using the help of cross-tick puzzles. Fine. So here the data which is matching, where we'll be taking tick, else cross, right? So this comes under the category of cross-tick puzzles, right? So A, B, C, 3 characters are there, right? And then garments are jacket, I am writing only jacket, tie and sweater, right? So these are the garments, and then their surnames are, I'm just writing the name. Let's say they are saying Ribeiro, Singh and Kumar, right? So I'm just writing the first alphabet, Ribeiro, Singh and Kumar. Okay, fine. Now let's start with the information. The first information says neither B nor Ribeiro wore a white sweater. Everyone, white sweater. It means what? The color of sweater is white. So I'm just mentioning this information here. The color of sweater is white. It is white sweater, right? Neither B nor Ribeiro. It means B is not Ribeiro, first thing, right? B is not Ribeiro because they are saying neither B nor Ribeiro, right? So B is not Ribeiro. B's surname is not Ribeiro. And B is not wearing white sweater. Okay, so B is not wearing white sweater. All right. So from this, this only one statement, we have deduced 3 informations, because the color of the sweater is white and B is not Ribeiro, right? And B is not wearing white. and B is not wearing sweater also. Okay, the next information says C wore a tie. Everyone, C wore a tie. Here C is wearing tie, right? So if C is wearing tie, then obviously here and here and here all the cross will be there, right? Because obviously C is wearing only one uniform, I mean one garment, right? So if C is wearing tie, then C can't wear anything else. So C can't wear jacket, C can't wear sweater also, and tie can't be worn by A and B also. Fine. Okay. And here we have two cross, then obviously third will be ticked, and this, right? So obviously A is wearing white sweater, B is wearing jacket, C is wearing tie. See everyone, the question was saying neither B nor Rybro wore a white sweater. It means, and here A is wearing white, A is wearing white, it means A is not Rybro. If A is not Rybro, B is not Rybro, then who is Rybro? C is Rybro, right? Okay, fine. Right, now next statement, Singh's garment was not white. Singh's garment was not white. Okay, and the next is Kumar does not wear a jacket. Kumar does not wear a jacket. See everyone, here B is wearing jacket, right? B is wearing jacket, and the information is saying Kumar does not wear jacket. So it means B is not Kumar. So who is B? B is Singh, right? Okay, fine, clear. After that, the next information says Rybro does not like to wear black color. See, first information says Rybro is not wearing white sweater, and here they are saying Rybro does not like to wear black. So Rybro is not wearing black, Rybro is not wearing white, it means Rybro is wearing blue, right? So everyone, who is Rybro? Rybro is C, right? Rybro is C. C is wearing tie, right? C is wearing tie, it means tie is blue. So tie is blue, sweater is white, so jacket is what? Jacket is black, right? So now we have cracked the puzzle. Now let's talk about the questions. First question is, what is C's surname? So C's surname is Rybro. Okay everyone, C's surname is Rybro, right? Check the table. Okay, C's surname is Rybro. Next question, we will use the same table. What is the color of tie? The color of tie is blue, right? I'll show you. The color of tie. Tie is blue color, right? What is the color of tie? What is the color of tie? So color of tie is blue, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the next question. Who wore the sweater? Everyone, who wore the sweater? Just check the table. Who wore the sweater? So A wore the sweater, right? A wore the white sweater. Okay. So who wore the sweater? A wore the sweater, right everyone? Fine. Okay. Now let's talk about the next question. Next question says AB is a vertical trunk of a huge tree with A being the point where the base of the trunk touches the ground. Okay. Due to cyclone, the trunk has been broken at C, which is at the height of 12 meters. Broken part is partially attached to the vertical portion of the trunk at C. Okay. If the end of the broken part B touches the ground at D, which is at the distance of 5 meters from A, then the original height of the trunk is. Alright. See everyone, let's say this is the ground, and this is, here it is AB, vertical trunk, right? And it is, it has been broken at C, which is at 12 meters. So C is the point which is at 12 meters from A. So let's say this is 12 meters, right? So C is here. Due to a storm, it is broken from this point. So let's say this is broken and so this B is coming here now. So B touches the ground at D. Question is saying B touches the ground at D. So now this is D, which is at the distance of 5 meters from A. Okay, so this is 5, right? So obviously friends, this is what? This is actually now ADC, triangle ADC. Triangle ADC is right angled triangle, right? Is right angled triangle. Since angle A is equal to 90 degree, right? So using Pythagoras theorem, CD will be what? CD will be under root 5 square plus under root 12 square, which is what? Which is under root 169, that is 13. So CD is 13, right? So now the question is what? Then the original height of the trunk. So height of the trunk, AB will be what? AB is what? AC plus CD. This is the original height, right? So this is 12 plus 13, which is 25 meters, right? So the answer is 25 meters, right? Okay, now let's move to the next question. Next question says a person walks 12 kilometers due north, 15 kilometers due east, after that 19 kilometers due west, and then 15 kilometers due south. How far is he from the starting point? Okay, so north, south, east and west, right? A person walks 12 kilometers due north. Okay, 12 kilometers due north. Let's say this is 12 kilometers due north. Let's say this is the starting point and he is walking 12 kilometers due north. Okay, then 15 kilometers due east. 15 kilometers due east. Okay, so this is 15 kilometers due east. All right. Okay, after that 19 kilometers due west. Okay, so 19 kilometers due west. Okay, fine. So 19 kilometers means then 4 kilometers more, right? Because already 15 will be covered and then 4 kilometers more. Okay, and then 15 kilometers due south. Okay, so 12 is already here. So if he running 15 kilometers, then obviously he will be coming 3 kilometers down, right? So this is 12 and this is 3 kilometers, right? How far is he from the starting point? Okay, see everyone, this is 4, right? Starting point is here, right? All right. So now if I give the name to this triangle, so this will be, let's say, AOB. So triangle AOB is a right angled triangle, right? Is a right angled triangle. So using Pythagoras, AO is what? AO is under root 3 square plus under root 4 square. So this is 9 plus 16, which is 25. So root of 25 is 5. So AO is 5 kilometers, right? So this is the answer. Okay, 5 kilometers is the is the answer, right? Now let's move to the next question. Next question says a cube has all its face painted with different colors. It is cut into smaller cubes of equal sizes such that the side of the small cube is 1/4 of the big cube. Okay, the number of small cubes with only one of the sides painted. All right, friends, for this question we have a fixed formula, right? It is one side painted, right? So for one side painted, we have a direct formula, one side painted, which is 6 into n minus 2 to the whole square, right? So this is 6, n is, they are saying 4, so 4 minus 2 to the whole square, so which is 6 into 2 square, 6 into 4, which is 24, right? How I'm writing this n as 4, the reason is, Let's say the bigger cube is of side 4 centimeter and it has been cut into the smaller cubes of side 1, 1, 1 centimeter, right? So 1, 1, 1 and 1, right? So obviously here n is equal to 4, right? So the formula becomes 6n minus 2 whole square is equal to 6, 4 minus 2 raised to the power 2, which is 6 into 4, that is 24, right? Alright, now let's move to the next question. Next question says Ram and Shyam work on a job together for 4 days and complete 60% of it. Okay, so Ram plus Shyam, they are working 4 days on it, right? And they are completing 60%. So it means if they are working 1 day on it, right? So if they are working 1 day on it, they will be completing 60% divided by 4, right? So which is 15%. Okay, so Ram and Shyam together, they are finishing 15% of the entire work in 1 day, right? Okay. Now the next statement says Ram takes leave, then Shyam works for 8 more days to complete the job. Okay. See everyone, 60% job has already been done, right? So left is what? Left is 40%, right? And Shyam is taking 8 more days to complete this 40%, right? So 40% divided by 8 is equal to 5%. It means Shyam is doing 5% work in 1 day, right? Shyam is doing 5% in 1 day, right? Put the value of Shyam in this equation. So Ram plus 5% is equal to 15%. It means Ram is doing 10% of the work in 1 day, right? So what is the question? How long would Ram take to complete the entire job alone? So obviously if Ram is doing 10% in 1 day, so for 100% he will be taking 100% divided by 10, which is 10 days, right everyone? So Ram will be doing the entire job in 10 days. Fine. So this is the answer, right? This question is completely based on thinking only, right? Okay, simple one and simple calculations. Fine. Now let's move to the next one. Next question says a military code writes system as this, nearer as this. Using the same code, fraction can be written as. Okay, fine. So system. Okay everyone, system is written as system, nearer A-E-N-R-E-R. Okay, see everyone, the situation is like this. This word has been broken into two parts. The first part, S comes here, S comes here, Y is here, right? Similarly, T is here, M is here, and E is here. And in the similar fashion, N goes here, A goes here, and E is here. R is here, and this. So every word has been broken into two parts, and all the parts have been, the positions are swapped. Fine. So fraction. Okay, so just break it into two parts. C goes here, A comes here, R here, and F here, right? So C-A-R-F. So C-A-R-F we are getting in option number A and option number D, right? So B and C are not correct, and then T, and then I, right, O and N. So this is N-O-I-T, right? N-O-I-T. So N-O-I-T is there in D option, right? So A is not correct. So correct option is D, C-A-R-F and N-O-I-T. Right everyone? Fine. So this is the answer. Hope you are getting it right. It's a simple one. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, if R and S are different integers, both are divisible by 5, then which of the following is not necessarily true? Alright, so R, let's say R is 10, right, and S is 15, right? Let R is 10 and S is 15, okay? So the first option is R minus S. First option says R minus S. So R minus S will be what? Minus 5. So minus 5 is divisible by 5. Yeah, it is correct. R plus S is divisible by 10. So R plus S. This is 25. So 25 is divisible by 10? No, it is not. So R plus S is divisible by 10. This is not necessarily true, right everyone? So this will be the correct answer. B choice is the right answer. This is not necessarily true. Okay everyone. So just assume R as 10 and S as 15, right? And check the options, right everyone? So you must be getting R plus S is divisible by 10. This statement is not necessarily true, right? Now let's move to the other one. Next question is, how many numbers are there between 100 and 300 which are either begin with or end with 2? Okay. So everyone, 102, this number is ending with 2, right? 102, 112, 122, 132 and so on, which is 192, right? So till here we have 10 numbers which are ending with 2, right? So 10 numbers are ending with 2. And then from 200 to 299, right? These are the 100 numbers which are starting with 2, right? So 10 numbers are ending with 2 and 100 numbers are starting with 2, right? So we have 10 plus 100, we have 110 numbers, right? Which are either starting with 2 or ending with 2, right everyone? Fine. Alright, now let's move to the next question. Next question says 4-digit numbers are to be formed using 1, 2, 3, 4 and none of these 4 digits are repeated in any manner. Okay, 2 and 3 are not immediately follow each other, 1 is not immediately followed by 3, 4 is not to appear last place, 1 is not to appear first place. Okay, it means only 2 and 3 can come to the first place. Okay, fine. So starting with 2, obviously 2 and 3 are not together. So 2, 4, 3, 1, because 1 cannot be following 3, right? So 2, 4, 3, 1 and then 2, 1, 4, 3. And after that, starting with 2, I guess we have completed. Now starting with 3. So 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 1, 2, right? So obviously 4 is not coming to the last place. So obviously these 6 numbers are there which are satisfying the given conditions, right? See everyone, I have solved this question earlier also. That's why I could solve this question in this much less time. But yes, when I solved this question for the first time, I took around 2.5 minutes, right? So my personal advice to you is, don't go for this question in the examination, because this question will take a lot of time of your, it will take around the time of 3-4 questions, and it is not necessary that you will get the correct answer also, right? Here I got the right answer because I have solved this question earlier also, fine. But if I'm solving it, if like in the examination I have to solve this question for the first time, then I'll choose to avoid this question, right? Okay, now let's move to the next one. Next question says, a cylindrical overhead tank of radius 2 meter and height 7 meter is to be filled from an underground tank of size 5.5 into 4 into 6 meter. how much portion of the underground tank is still filled with water after filling the overhead tank completely? Okay, see everyone, there are two vessels, there are two tanks. One is cylindrical and one is cuboidal, right? This is overhead, right? This is kept somewhere in the terrace, right? And this is underground, right? So this is the storage tank kind of thing, right? So cylindrical, if you need to find the volume of the cylindrical, so volume of the cylinder is what? Pi r square h, right? So pi is 22/7. Radius is 2 meter and height is 7, right? So 2 into 2, pi r square into h. So 7 cancelled. So this becomes 88 meter cube, right? 22 into 4 is 88. Now, underground cuboidal tank, we need to find the volume of that also, right? So its volume is LBH. This is cuboidal tank. So 5.5 I can write 5.5 as 11/2 into 4 into 6, right? So this is what? This is 2. So 11 into 2 is 22. 22 into 6 is 132, right? So 132 meter cube. Okay. Now cylindrical cube has to be filled with the help of this cuboidal cube. Cylindrical tank has to be filled with the help of this cuboidal tank, right? So obviously the capacity of the cylindrical tank is 88 and the capacity of the cuboidal is 132. Fine. So after filling this cuboidal, after filling this cylindrical tank from the cuboidal cube is still left with, underground tank is still left with 44 meter cube water, right? Now the question is, how much portion of the underground tank? How much portion? So we need to find 44 is what fraction of 132, right? So this is 1/3, right? So 1/3 portion is still left. The answer is 1/3, right? Clear? Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, in a class of 60 students, where the number of girls is twice that of boys. Okay, 60 students are there. So number of girls is twice the number of boys. Okay, so girl is to boys, 2 is to 1. So this is what? This is 40 and 20, right? So among those 60 students, 40 are girls and 20 are boys. After that, question says, Kamal, a boy, ranked 17th from the top. Okay. So 17th. Kamal, a boy, ranked 17th from the top. It means 16 students are ahead of Kamal and the rest are behind of Kamal, right? Okay. Or you can say below to Kamal. Fine. So total 60 students are there. Then obviously 43 students are below to Kamal and 16 students ranked above to Kamal. Fine. Okay. If there are 9 girls ahead of Kamal, 9 girls. So out of these 16 students, 9 are girls. Okay. So if 9 are girls, it means 7 are boys, because 9 plus 7 is 16, right? So what is the question? The number of boys in the rank after Kamal. Okay, so 7 students are ahead Kamal and 1 boy is 7. One boy is Kamal also, so 7 plus 1, these are 8. So 8 students are there, and after that we need to find how many boys are there in this 43 students. So 8 students are above these 43, right? So we need to find total boys are how many? Total boys are 20. So 20 minus 8, 12 boys are behind Kamal, right everyone? 12 boys are behind Kamal, right? Clear? Okay. So 12 boys are behind Kamal. Fine. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, A and B walk around a circular park. They start at 8 AM from the same point in the opposite direction. A and B walk at the speed of 2 rounds per hour and 3 rounds per hour respectively. How many times shall they cross each other after 8 a.m. and before 9:30 a.m.? Okay, fine. So they are asking in 1.5 hours how many times they are crossing each other if they are moving to opposite direction, right? So friends, let's say this is the starting point. A is going here and B is going here. They are moving to the opposite direction. Let's say A is going here and B is going here. A can complete 2 rounds per hour, 2 rounds per hour, and B can complete 3 rounds per hour. Okay, A can complete 2 rounds per hour and B can complete 3 rounds per hour. Okay, fine. Okay, so everyone, let's stop A and give all the motion to B, right? Fine. Since they are moving in opposite direction, so relative speed will be 2 plus 3, 5 rounds per hour. Okay, right. Relative speed will be 2 plus 3, 5 rounds per hour. Fine. So the question is, how many times they are meeting in 1.5 hours? Right. So 1.5 into 5. So this is 7.5 times. 7.5 times is nothing. I mean, meeting can't be happen 7.5 times. So meeting is happening 7 times only. Right. So they are meeting 7 times. Fine. Before 9:30. Okay, everyone. So they are meeting 7 times. Fine. The answer is 7 times. Right. You have to think logically to solve this type of questions. Right. Though this question belongs to, time, speed and distance, but you have to be logical, right? Don't use mathematics, just use logics of your. Okay. Now let's move to the other one. Next question is, W can do 25% of the work in 30 days. W, 25%, it means 1/4. 1/4 work in 30 days, right? So it means 100% work in 120 days, right? So W can complete 100% of the work in 120 days. X can do 1/4 of the work in 10 days. Okay. So if X is doing 1/4 of the work in 10 days, it means X is doing the complete work in 40 days. Right? Okay. Y can do 40% of the work in 40 days. Okay. Y can do 40% of the work in 40 days. So if 40% of the work in 40 days, it means 100% of the work in 100 days. Right? So Y is doing the 100% of the work in 100 days. Right? Okay. After that, one more information. Z can do 1/3 of the work in 13 days. Okay. So Z can do 1/3 of the work in 13 days. So Z can do the entire work in 13 into 3, which is 39 days. Right? So what is the question? Who will complete the work first? Okay. W can complete in 120 days, X can complete in 40 days, Y can complete in 100 days, and Z can complete in 39 days. So obviously Z is the fastest worker. Z is completing the work in 39 days, right? He is the fastest among the 4, right? Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Next question is, the average monthly income of a person in a certain family of 5 is rupees 10,000. Okay. what will be the average monthly income of a person in the same family if the income of one person increased by 1,20,000 per year? Okay, 1,20,000 per year means what? 10,000 per month, right? 10,000 per month. Fine. So if the increment is 10,000 per month, right everyone, and there are 5 members, right? There are 5 members. Fine. So if this is the increment, 10,000 per month is the increment, and there are 5 members, so obviously this 10,000 will be equally distributed. This 10,000 per month will be equally distributed among the 5 members, right? If you are finding the average, right, will be equally distributed among the 5 members, if we are finding average, right? If we are finding average, right? So 10,000 by 5, so every member will be benefited by 2,000 rupees. Fine. So obviously here the average is, the old average was 10,000. So the new average will be 10,000 plus 2,000. So this will be 12,000, right? So new average will be 12,000 rupees. Fine. Monthly new average, right? Okay. So the answer is 12,000. All right. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, in a race, a competitor has to collect 6 apples which are kept in a straight line on a track, and a bucket is placed at the beginning of the track, which is a starting point. Okay. The condition is that the competitor can only pick 1 apple at a time, run back with it and drop it in the bucket. And if he has to drop all the apples in the bucket, how much the total distance he has to run if the bucket is 5 meters from the first apple and all the apples are placed 3 meters apart? Okay, fine. See everyone, the question is saying, this is the situation. Let's say here we have the bucket, right? Here we have the bucket, and after bucket we have, 5 meters after we have first apple. This is, let's say, apple 1, right? And then here it is apple 2, second apple 3, apple 4, apple 5, and apple 6, right? So total we have 6 apples and 1 bucket, right? And the distance between these apples are 3 meters each, right? Okay. So the question is, a person has to collect all the apples but one at a time and has to keep inside the bucket. Fine. So how much distance he is traveling for this process? So obviously if first he starts from here and goes up to this place and then comes back, because he has to put the apples, he has to put all the apples in the bucket. Fine. So obviously let's say first he has to collect A6, right? He is going to collect A6. So obviously what distance he is traveling? He is traveling 5 plus 3 into 5, right? And into 2, right? Because he is going from here to here and coming back also, right? So this is 2. Then he is going from the starting point to this place A5 and coming back, right? So this is 5 plus 3 into 4, right? Into 2. Then 5 plus 3 into 3 into 2, right? Then 5 plus 3 into 2 into 2, and then 5 plus 3 into 2, and then 2 into 5, right? Now we need to add all the numbers. These are the total distances that he will be traveling, right? So this is 5 plus 15, which is 20. 20 into 2 is 40, Alright, then 5 plus 12, which is 17. 17 into 2 is 34. Okay, then 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 into 2 is 28. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 into 2 is 22. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 into 2 is 16. Then 2 into 5 is 10. Just add all the numbers, right? So 40 plus 10 is 50. 34 and 16 is again 50. 28 and 22 is again 50. So 50, 50, 50, 3 times 50. So we are getting 150 meters, right? So total distance he has to travel is 150 meters. Okay. So friends, again, this is a time taking question, right? This question will take around 2 to 3 minutes again. Fine. So you have to be careful while choosing these type of questions. Okay. Now let's talk about the next one. Next question says a round archery target of diameter 1 meter is marked with 4 scoring regions from the center outwards as red, blue, yellow and white. Okay, so the situation is like this. Red, blue, yellow and white. This is the situation, right? And here the diameter is 1. Diameter is 1 meter. So let's say this is the diameter, right? So this is 1 meter. Okay, so diameter is 1 meter, right? After that, the radius of the red band is 0.2 meter. Okay, so this is the red band. So this is 0.20 meter. Or let's say if we convert it into centimeters, so we can say this is 20 centimeter and this is 100 centimeter, right? Okay, so this is 100 centimeter. So the diameter is 100 centimeter. So radius of the total will be 50 centimeter, right everyone? This is dia and this is radius, right? Alright. The width of all the remaining band is equal if archers throw arrow towards the target. What is the probability that the arrows fall in the red region of the archery target? Alright, so obviously the area of red region divided by area of the total region, right? Area of total region. This is the required probability, right? So area of the red region is pi r square, r is 20 and the area of total pi r square, r is 50, right? So pi can be cancelled out. So this is 400 by 2500. So this is 4 by 25 or you can say is 0.16. So this is the required probability, right everyone? So please try to solve, you can only solve this question if you are comfortable with the concept of probability, right? Otherwise this question will be a time taking question for you. In fact, you won't be able to solve this question if you don't know the probability, right? So for this question a mathematical background is needed. Yes. Now let's talk about the next question. Next question says a person allows 10% discount for cash payment from the marked price of a toy and still he makes 10% gain. What is the cost price of the toy which is marked rupees 770? Okay, so MRP is given as 770, right? And 10% discount is given on MRP. 10% discount is given on MRP, right? Okay, so selling price is what? SP is what? Selling price of the toy is what? MRP minus 10% discount, right? So this is 770 minus 10% discount, right? So 10% of 770 is what? 10% of 770 is 77 rupees, which is 693. right? So SP of the article is 693 rupees, right everyone? SP of the toy is 693 rupees. But here also he is gaining 10% profit, right? It is written that in the question, still he makes 10% gain, right? So SP is actually 110% of CP, right? 10% gain means what? 10% gain means SP is 110% of the CP, right? So it means 110% of the CP means what? So 110% of CP is 693 rupees. So 100% of CP. 100% of CP is what? 693 divided by 110 into 100. Right. So this is actually 630 rupees. Right everyone? This is actually 630 rupees. Right. Clear? Okay. The answer is 630 rupees. Fine. Alright. So friends, now this video is over. Hope you enjoyed the session. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Thank you.